This is Group 13's presentation on product costing at Fine Foods. Is it a symptom or the problem? The members of this group are Greg Myronak, Tim Molnar, Michael Danner, Zach Peachy, and Wang Zhu. Fine Foods Inc. is located in the upper Midwest United States. They produce a wide range of high-quality food product, mostly sold under the Fine and Fast brand name, that has a tremendously loyal customer following. It is a private company owned by Great Plains Capital, a private equity firm, so no external reporting is required, or there is no need for any financial accounting standards for external reporting. Fine Foods Canada Ltd. is also owned by Great Plains Capital. They produce many similar products as Fine Foods Inc., and a lot of things like recipes and process technology is shared between the two companies. Fine Foods Inc. also produces some products for Fine Foods Canada that have no justification for separate production. Fine Foods Inc. is organized into 3 strategic marketing units, or SMUs, based on the markets they serve. SMU 1 services supermarkets and similar outlets. SMU 2 serves institutional customers. SMU 3 produces mainly special orders involving unbranded bulk products that are exported. Products for all 3 SMUs share production facilities, warehouses, food preparation, cooking facilities, packaging facilities, and most headquarter activities. SMU 1 and SMU 2 share marketing and sales services. Here is the Fine Foods Inc. organizational chart to show the hierarchy of the various departments and marketing units. There is a problem with the product costing for special orders of the product MP, at least according to Kay Smith, who is the manager of SMU 2. She believes there is an unfair and inappropriate product costing for her unit. Product MP is a basic product that is widely consumed in North America. Her unit is the only unit with special orders, and almost all the special orders are for product MP. While all 3 strategic marketing units sell product MP, SMU 2's sales include a significantly larger percentage of its total sales. SMU 1 and SMU 2 don't perceive a product costing problem because most of their sales come from other products, so the product costs for product MP are not a major portion of their cost of sales.
My name is Tim Molnar, and I will be telling you about the production process. In order to understand product costing, you need some insight into the production process. Raw foods start the process by going through inspection. Next, they enter their preparation stage. Then there is possible temporary storage, followed by cooking and processing. Finally, the product is packaged, frozen, and shipped. Fine Foods believes all costs must be allocated to their products in order to recognize each product's profitability. Direct calculated costs include raw and packaging materials and direct production salaries. Variable manufacturing costs are utility and warehouse costs allocated based on estimates. Fixed production costs are allocated depending on whether one or multiple factories incur them. If a fixed cost is shared by multiple factories, then the cost is allocated based on net weight. If only one factory incurs the fixed cost, then the cost can either be allocated to the product by a fixed percentage or by labor and production time. In the case of special orders, freight out is accumulated over a month and then allocated based on weight. Media and sales promotion costs are also allocated by weight. Other fixed costs can be allocated by sales volume, resources used, or through any of the ways highlighted at the bottom of this slide. Kay Smith, the manager of Strategic Marketing Unit 2, believes the current cost allocation method is negatively affecting her division. Because product MP has a low profit-to-weight ratio, she thinks a weight-based allocation system is unfair.
This is a slide prepared by Zach Peachy regarding special orders. In order to understand why SMU 2 is affected differently than the other units by special orders, we need to understand what a special order is and what makes up special orders. A special order is an order in which its contract specifies that the order can be rejected within 1 year before delivery. These special orders result in 2% of total revenues for Fine Foods. Usually, all special orders are for product MP and for a food distributor in Mexico. Although product MP is not a normal part of the Mexican person's diet, it does have a niche market. This niche market is not big enough to attract a Mexican food production company, but because Fine Foods already produces the product for a variety of consumers in the United States and Canada, it can produce product MP as a special order for the Mexican market. Now, because product MP's raw materials can be stored for a long period of time, Fine Foods has a ready stock on hand and therefore makes it ideal to complete special orders and complete orders when the production capacity is planned to be idle. Although these special orders are only accepted when the contribution margin is positive, it could hinder the results of SMU2. The reason being is because while all three units sell product MP represents a much larger percentage of total sales for SMU2. The majority of SMU1 and SMU3's production costs come from other products. This means that SMU2 has a higher production cost in relation to product MP because its sales are largely represented by product MP compared to the other units. Since product MP is sold by all three units and creates different byproducts that create a large percentage of sales for SMU1 and SMU3, Fine Foods should look at a different way in how production costs are allocated to each unit in order to evenly distribute costs across the units.
This is Michael Danner, and I'll be doing the performance evaluation. When doing a performance evaluation on Fine Foods, it is apparent that a major issue is not the product costing, but in fact it's the evaluation of the SMUs. SMUs have the ability to control the cost within its division. Targets or goals are set for CM1, CM2, CM3, and CM4, and operating profit. These goals are monitored monthly to see if there's any action that must be taken, and the evaluation against the goals are made at the year's end. The primary evaluation of performance is based on operating profit. This is seen as a weak indicator of performance because there are several cost elements that are not able to be controlled. Smith also thinks that having a performance evaluation based on operating profit can have a significant negative motivational impact on the employees in her unit.
The conclusion was prepared by Wang Zhu. Nowadays, with the development of society, the people requirements for food is very high. About food, people care about the quality and price. This case is divided into three parts: product costing, special orders, and performance evaluation. These aspects are important commercial parts of a food company. In our point of view, these three components can lead to the development of a company, but more importantly, it is the company's understanding of the market and customers. A serious sum up of their own markets and customers can be a good assessment of the value of the company's use of accounting knowledge. In other words, the proper management of the Fine Foods company has a good flow. This can provide high quality products to customers.